All right. Shalom, Israel. Right. Hezekiah with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahashem Yahushua Bahashem Rakakadash. Right. I want to give double honors to the elders and apostles of the house of David. It's been ruling well. I also want to give peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. Shalom. As you can see, we're going back to the basics. The milk are the basic things of the scriptures. The being a babe. So let's go to the book of First Peter. Right, it's the book of First Peter, chapter 2, and verse 2. It says, "Newborn babes, desire the sincere milk of the word, that ye may be, so like that ye may grow thereby." Right. So, how do we grow? Right. We drink of the sincere milk of the word. Right. Just like a baby, a newborn babe. In order for that newborn baby to grow, you can't just feed it meat. You can't just feed it strong things. You got to feed it something that it can digest, something that it can eat very, very light, right? Which is that milk, right? It might be breast milk, it might be formula, right? But it has to be something that baby that needs to start off with slow. Then it builds its way up to maybe eat some might eat some oatmeal, right? Then you might start eating some beans, right? Trying to think of a couple more things. And eventually that newborn babe is full. Now we can eat meat. Now I can eat strong meat. You know what I'm saying? Things of that sort. Right? So let's get the book of Hebrews. Right. Book of Hebrews. Bear with me. Right, book of Hebrews chapter 5. Right, in verse number. Let's see what I want. Hebrews chapter 5 and verse number 12, right? It say for when for the time ye ought to be teachers, ye have need that one teach you again, which be the first principles of the oracles of the Most High, that will become such as have need of milk and not of strong meat. For everyone that useth milk is unskillful in the word of righteousness, for he is a babe. Right? Because he's not going to be able to digest the strong things, the deep things of the scriptures. So he has to stay above surface level. Right? And what's one of the surface level, some of the first things that you learn when you come to the truth? How do you get the kingdom of heaven? Right? And that's what we're going to be going over right real quick. I'm not going to be quick. I'm not going to ramble. We'll get straight into it. Right? Let's get the book of Matthew. It's the book of Matthew, chapter 19 and verse 16. This is how you get the kingdom of heaven. Right? And it reads, it said, "And behold, one came and said unto him, Good master, what good thing shall I do that I may have eternal life?" Right? So this is a man that's asking Yahweh, how do I get eternal life? Right? What ultimately leads to the kingdom of heaven. And Yahweh said unto him, and he said unto him, "Why calls me thou good? There is one good but one." Right? There is none good but one, that is Yahweh. "But if thou will enter into life, keep the commandments." Right? That's how you get the kingdom of heaven. Right? By keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. Look at the book of Proverbs. Proverbs chapter 7. Right? If you enter into life, keep the commandments. Right? Because commandments is life. That's how we live. Right? This is Proverbs chapter 7, and verse number 2. And it reads, keep my commandments and live, and my law as the apple of thy eye. That's how we live. Right? That is life. Anything besides the law, statute, and commandment is death. You're leading towards death. Right? You're making a covenant with that. Right? So if you want to enter into life, keep thou the commandments. Right? The commandments is the tree of life. Right? You got Wisdom of Solomon, the 7th chapter. Right? Wisdom of Solomon, the 9th chapter goes into it. Proverbs, the 3rd chapter. Right? Sirach 1 said wisdom. Wisdom is the everlasting commandments. Right? So wisdom, the law, statute, and commandments go hand in hand. Right? Let's go get the book of Baruch. Bear with me. Alright, it's the book of Baruch, chapter 4, and verse 1. It say, this is the book of the commandments of the Most High Yahweh, and the law that endure forever. All they that keep it shall come into life, but such as leave it shall die. Right? So when you leave the law, statute, commandments, you head into the way of death. Right? So how do you enter into life? How you get the kingdom of heaven? By keeping the law, statute, and commandments. But also, you gotta do another thing. Let's get the book of Revelations. All right. You gotta keep the commandments. Also, you gotta do something else, right? Which is ultimately going to be the most important thing. It's the book of Revelation, chapter 14, verse 12. It say, here is the patience of the saints. The saints are the Israelites. Here are they that keep the commandments of the Most High Yahweh and the faith of Yahweh Shai. Right? So not only do you got to keep the law, statute, and commandments, you got to keep the faith in Yahweh Shai. Right? The keeping the law alone is not going to save you. You need Yahweh Shai. Right? That's going to be the most important thing. Right? So to close this out, let's get Revelation 22. Proving that keeping the law, statute, and commandments, right, will get you into the kingdom. It's a part of it. Revelations 22 and 14 say, blessed are they that do his commandments, that they may have the right to the tree of life, and may enter in through the gates into the city. Let's read that again. Revelation 22 and 14. Blessed are they that keep his commandments, that they may have right to the tree of life, and may enter in through the gate into the city. Right? So that's playing upon tables. How do you get the kingdom of heaven? Right? By keeping the law, statute, and commandments, and the faith in Yahweh Shai. Right? So with that, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakadash. Lord willing, brothers and sisters are edified. Right? More milk, the basics coming soon. Shalom.